Alrighty, so welcome back to part 3, Act 3 of our Path of Exile playthrough. So, last time we left off, I forgot to show you guys the end of the Pass Retreat, but this is what we're going to be working with Act 3. So, we're going to be still moving down over here, just put a point into the accuracy and speed, and we're going to eventually get this notable. But this is what the tree looks like at the start of our Act 3 play session. So, going back now to Act 2, because we do need to grab one more of the Trial of Ascendency. So it's located over here. So that's the Chamber of Sins in level 2. So we're going to go ahead and do this one now. As the last time it was kind of long, so we're just going to include it in this part. And all we're doing is looking for that Trial of Ascendency. So it's a little book thing, but we need to reach level 2. So we're going to look for that. We can dash through this. Okay, there we go. I'm not up to that. Unfortunately, it was not right there. But yeah, it'll take a minute here. But the last one, we were like a little over an hour. And most of these play sessions from now on will be a lot faster. It's because we didn't have a bunch of the movement speed that we have now. Now that we got a bunch of movement speed, and our damage is going to be through the roof, since we got that brand new belt. So for some of the speed runs, in fact most of the speed runs, you're going to skip out on most of these until the very end, because a lot of people just want to get to maps as quickly as possible, and that is a good strategy. But in terms of like a new player, like walkthrough guide, it's always good to do these. And the reason why is because you're going to get a huge boost of power by going into the Trial of Ascendency. So, and getting all these done, and then we're going to ascend as soon as we finish Act 3. So at the end of this part, we'll be ready to set up for the newer class upgrade, which is going to be a massive upgrade for us. So we can just straight up get chain, which is great. So these are going to be some saw blades. These do damage, but honestly, if you just have like some sort of regen, you can just walk through them. You can see I just walk through them like it's basically nothing. Oh, some of these switches, they legit do nothing, but... Now, you can't stand on the spikes, or like the spikes, the spinning saw blades for too long. They will eventually do damage.
And hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear.
The stats were really, really good. Now we have all these 3 done. And we have 3 in the next act over here. So now we can just go to the character selection screen. Go right back in. It'll be good. We can now start Act 3. Alright, so now we're back in Act 3. So now we can actually start it. So from the entrance over here, which is, I guess, right there, we're going to go up and to the right. The other zone we can't go to. So we're going to go to the slums from the town. I almost want to engage with this thing. We'll engage in like maybe 1 or 2 of these. I don't want to do too many though. This is the purple one. I don't know what this one is. This is purple. So this is purple blue? Or is there like a yellow one? Oh, there's... Oh no. That's purple. So what I'm trying to look for is the yellow, if possible. Because the yellow one is the one that we actually want to invest into. Oh, this is blue. I guess we just have to go through. I'm not up to that just yet. That was it? That was not worth it at all. It's probably random though, if you get like the correct color or not. But eventually we're gonna go to the sewers, so that's great that we have that knowledge over there. That the sewer gates are right outside. I mean, they're always right outside, but sometimes you don't get so lucky. But that's gonna be important because we're gonna be getting the keys to the sewer very soon. What game is this? This is Path of Exile. It is a free-to-play game. It's on everything. But the console version of this doesn't come out till Tuesday. So I would wait till Tuesday if you were playing console. For like the new season, the new update. Unfortunately, consoles, it's only on Tuesdays for the updates. Looks like it might be coming up pretty soon. We're going to go to the Crematorium. That's our first goal. So there we go, Crematorium. And there is a Trial of Ascendency in this area as well. I'm not going to go through every one of these. Although I kind of want to for the ability to find... Okay, this one has a yellow. I think this one? Okay. But if I just run through this really fast, maybe it won't be that like long. We'll see if it's actually worth it. It says the exit already. That's like too fast for the exit because we need to find the... We need to get the rewards. Oh man, this thing is pretty deadly. Yeah, that thing is very deadly. Trying to find out where the NPC's at. Oh, so once that thing shows up, that's it. There's no more. I mean, I got like 1,000 currency, but I don't know if it resets every single time. I mean, it's still good to, I guess, get the currency because I'm hoping that it saves. It takes us like a minute each time, but it'll add up obviously in the little play session. But I want to test it out for you guys, let you guys know if it's actually worth doing because. For a while we were getting a couple rare rings, and that's not super common in like the leveling process in Act 2. So it's kind of nice to maybe get a couple rings, but you're probably honestly better off at just completing the campaign. Coming up to our first vault area. So these have like a harder difficulty, but you can see it gives you item quantity 20%, but they're going to poison on hit. It's fine. It's not really worth doing those things earlier on. Unless you're really under-leveled, and we are technically over-leveled by several here. Because we've been doing some of the league mechanic, and when you do some of the league mechanic, the campaign expects you just to do the campaign. So if you're getting another source of bonus XP, right, it's going to take a little bit longer. But yes, we'll play some Diablo mechanic. We actually already played some Diablo earlier. We did the new update with the Abattoir of Zir. Down. Oh, he dropped a wisdom for us. Sometimes you have to be cautious with these enemies, as when they die, there's a huge giant explosion. So this is our first. Oh, this is important. So we'll kill this thing first. Get the objective done for the main quest. She's like super tanky. Oh, she's vivid and power. Wait, that's crazy. This makes him so much stronger. Holy. Okay. It's got the item. So this is an essence. So what these do is it gives you the ability to upgrade a white item into a rare item. And these ones, usually people won't buy the earlier tier ones, so it's totally fine to use these ones. Is that Corrupted Blood in Act 3 already? That's crazy. Alright. That's like a debuff that can kill you very fast in the game. It's like a bleed that can stack up. Okay, so with our next skill point, we're going to grab this. And then our last one we put in is going to be this notable that'll give us so much accuracy to the point where we don't really need to worry about it. Because right now our accuracy is 1,400, and once we get that one, it's done. Then we can focus more on getting HP. Alright, where's the path for this one? We actually gotta go over here. So that was the main quest objective, but there's a Trial of Ascendency, and we're doing the Trial of Ascendency in this area for sure. Where is this? Is it all the way to the left? Oh, that's really unlucky. We're gonna have to go all the way. It'd probably be faster to reset this area. I'm pretty sure you can dash through most of the doors in this game, but I think we have to go this way for the trial. Yep. But getting that extra 30% movement speed was actually quite big. I was surprised you can get the. Maybe we got really lucky, and that's how we got that like, you know, upgrade. Well, this is vivid and power. These things make things so much more difficult. The worst part about having the boss, that boss in particular, is it doesn't even drop anything. This one puts shocked ground on death. So this one actually did drop some stuff. So it dropped like 3 yellows. So they have better drop chances. So in this one, there's going to be fire on the ground. That does damage to you. But if you have potion, you can just pop it. And you'll be a-okay. The first one's pretty easy though. But they will get harder. Nice. We have 2 more to do.
By the flames of the past.
Alright, so now we've done everything we need to in this area. We're going to go back to the character selection screen so I don't have to walk back. We could have used a portal, but we're going to do this. And we actually do want to exit. Instead of using the waypoint, we're going to actually walk outside of town. Because if you remember, the sewer was right outside. As long as we didn't take too long, the area has not reset the instance. Oh, yeah, the new update for Diablo makes it very easy. The new Abattoir of Zir, yeah. So now we're going to use those sewer keys that we totally got from talking to Clarissa. So we have to talk to her. Since we saved him, we have his bracelet. That was like the green item that dropped. Now we have to talk to Clarissa. And then she's going to give us the sewer keys.
Be careful.
You can also talk to all the NPCs. And if you want to, you can go purchase items and see if there's anything here. I don't really think there's going to be any upgrades that we can realistically get. But you never know. We can actually get Grace, finally. So we get Hatred, Grace. I'm going to get Grace. This is going to give us a huge amount of survivability. But I need to get another socket here. Ideally soon. Can we put this in? I have nothing that I want to remove. Okay, we could try this. I don't really need vitality here. So I want to keep Shrapnel Ballista because it does really help out. So what I'm going to show you guys is if I want to change the colors on the item, or I could also change the sockets. This could also work. I'm going to put one of these in here. Oh, this one. Wait, what? Now Ross can only have 3. Okay, well. Anyways, I'm going to use the Chromatic Orb, and I'm going to actually try to convert the colors. It's going to have a higher chance usually for like greens on certain like evasion-based items, but we got 1. And that's all I needed. There we go. We're good. Let's see if these boots are any good. No movement speed. And then we can get rid of all this garbage.
Yes?
So let's go to Hargan, and let's hold. If we hold control and then we left click, that can enable us to sell the items a lot faster. Since we just got that essence, I'll show you guys what it does on jewelry. What I usually like to pick up are the 2 stone rings. I guess we can ID this, see if it's good. I'd like to get the 2 stone rings, and let me check my resistances real quick. So I'm pretty bad on cold res, so as long as it gives us cold res, that would be ideal. So what I would do is I would take this essence, and that was like the thing that was trapped in ice, and you click on it. So essences are great to use it on white items, specifically the 2 stone rings, just to RNG hope you get some extra stats. So this one gives us some regen. What's this one give us? It's got pretty bad resistances. This one, both these rings could honestly be replaced. This is pretty good because it basically gives us 3 resistances. It gives us a little bit of evasion. It doesn't give us life, unfortunately. It gives us life regen. But this one's only 21 life. This is going to be arguably much better. So I'm going to put that in, and now we'll have, we're capped out on our lightning resistance, so we need fire and cold. And we'll hopefully eventually get another 2 stone ring that we can throw an essence on and max out on the resistances. Let's get rid of the... Well, the other one we need cold and whatever, so it's fine. We get rid of that. We don't need fire or lightning. I think we just need... Oh, we need fire and cold, but it's fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back. Now that we have the sewer keys, I'm going to go back. All right, and then we're going to open up the sewers. And we just got that aura grace, so I'm going to throw that aura on. So I'm going to put in, I think Control Q is used for something else, apparently right now. So I'm going to put W. I could put on Vitality, but then we're going to have really low mana, which is not really that bad because I should be able to regen pretty fast now. But if we have mana problems, I would turn off Vitality. Alright, so in this area, in the sewers, we're actually looking for a special objective. This is 3 platinum busts. So you'll see that there are these stashes. We're looking for three of these. grab the waypoint over here. And usually this is the area that will be blocked off. Okay, cool. And we actually do want to go down here. And the reason why is there could be a platinum bust over here, and I don't want to walk all the way back if I don't have to. I'm going to open it up now. It's another one of these things. Because it's the new league, I'll go in one more. Okay, we see the yellow here. The yellow is the one that we want. If we follow this, it should lead us to the campfire. Nice, okay.
Hello.
Oh, well, there's a boss. There's an elite right here. Okay, we're good. I'm wondering if we should clear it out. So we have 500 now. Now, does this... If I purchase items now... Oh, okay, so I want to say... Well, we have 500... So does that, like... What? So the items go away? Now, how do I get extra specializations? I'm currently a warden. Align with their... Complete their quest to unlock points in their skill trees. Okay, I have to complete their quests. So, what is the quest? Oh, so it says rescue vivid wisps from afflicted... Oh, so I need to get a total of 4,000. Ah, okay. So I just have to collect 4,000 points eventually. So that one will be able to be reached. So we have penetrates cold res, bleeding, does more damage, penetrates... I don't know if these are like even worth anything. But to get 4,000 in one run would be like ridiculously like hard. So I don't even think it's possible to get to the next tier. I'm gonna try though. But sometimes some of these things are only able to be accessed at the very end. So I don't know if this like is where we get to continuously gain these points, or if like every area has to reset. Oh, okay. I think I know how this works. So I think I watched the video on it. So if we complete it, some of the monsters in this area will now be afflicted with the thing. And if I kill them, I will progress towards that. Okay, so I'm going to probably do that more towards the end of the game. I see how it works. So now we're gonna get this next bust. Nice. This is another big buff over here. So now we're gonna get this. We're gonna click on the middle thing here. This is new, and we're gonna get this one over here, and we are gonna be getting a massive bonus to our accuracy. So our accuracy right now is 2,145. So as long as our HP does not exceed 2,000. That like number 2,400, which I mean it's not going to for a while. I'm basically done with doing that for a while, and I can focus in on more defensive stats. And we have 2 of the busts, so we're missing 1 more to get the next skill point. Oh, okay, gotcha, Black Sparrow. Oh, tier 10 for the Abattoir of Zero is going to be the same. I think that's the same as starting off at tier 1 of the old one. But yeah, I did a tier 5 earlier for like a YouTube video. It was pretty easy. But it's not like, I don't know, it's not as exciting as I want it to be. I wish they made it so you could get uber uniques in that. But it's okay. I'm really enjoying Path of Exile. There's another hideout if you want to unlock it over here, but it's fine. All you really need to do is unlock 1. But if you want a different like little map tile set, that's fine. We got another Orba Alchemy. But we are still missing the Platinum Bust, so we're going to want to do this now so we don't have to do it later. And also it clogs up your inventory. Some of the quest items are just like clunky and they're big. So we're going to get this. Well, okay, this is a Vivid empowered one, so he's going to drop some good stuff, hopefully. Right? Huge items. So I'm wondering if it's smarter, like as a strategy, because it afflicts them with the Vivid thing, which makes them harder, but they drop better loot, right? So there might be a strategy towards the end of the game where what you do is you kill everything in the map except for the boss, and then the boss gets afflicted with all of the bonuses, and then you basically have like a metamorphosis boss kind of style thing. So now if we walk into the new area, let me like double check, because I'm trying to teach you guys how the mechanic works. So now that we've killed enemies, this number should go up. So it says rescue Vivid Wisp from afflicted Terrence. Let's see. I want to see if this number goes up. Let's go towards the yellow. Oh, is this a wisp? 515? Oh, 629. Oh! So what that actually is... Okay, so we have to find wisps that are kind of trapped. So it requires 4,000. That's a lot. It is quite a bit. So we got like what do we have? Like, was that like 500, right? So how it kind of works with some League mechanics is earlier on they give you like very little because like you're really low level, but later it could give you a lot more, and that may make it way more worth it. So the rescue things. Oh, was that apparently also counted? Okay. But so far I haven't seen any insane drops. We have a decent amount. Hopefully we can find the vendor. Oh, that's the end of it. Now can we find? No. I wish it just pointed you after you finished. It would show you the direction because there's still monsters. But I don't know if that means we can get like flares. Can we walk through this, or does it do damage? Oh, it doesn't kill us. I'm wondering what happens if we just walk in. Oh. Kicks you out of the area. Okay. I don't know if you would die. We weren't taking damage, so I was wondering. I don't know if that makes it so the vivid stuff doesn't count or what happens, but if we have 3 busts, that's what matters. And then we can find the decanter over here. It's just, I mean, you really can't miss that item. It's always kind of on the path. But that'll be like another quest item. Now we're in the market. So that item is right over in the marketplace. And we do want to get the waypoint over here. So the next thing we want to do is kind of go to give Dialla the item. We can actually get another skill point right now too if I want to go back into town. Which is not bad. Because I want to get more HP now. Because our damage is totally fine. Just want to make sure we grab that node before we scale it more HP. So we're going to talk to Hargan. He's going to say thank you and give us a quest book. And then we are going to get more HP. So we want to get all the HP. If you want extra life, you can just type in the word life. And you'll see where all of the life nodes are. But sometimes it'll say like life recovery. So that'll include everything that has the keyword life in there. But we're going to be grabbing... I'm going to get this extra movement speed one too. But we're going to grab... Let's see. This is only for like, what, 2 points? Well, I'd rather get the extra 12 damage. And then we can actually get the plus 50 to life in this one as well. So, get those. Alright, so level up Grace as much as possible. So, Grace is for our evasion. And let's go continue. Looking at my notes over here, because certain times I want to do certain things in an order here. So, now we are going to go over here. Okay, do we need to go here? Okay, Catacombs. Okay, yeah, we can do the Catacombs now. It's optional if you want to do it now, but it's one of the Trial of Ascendency, so we're just going to get the trial here, and then we're peacing out. Oh, there it is. We found it really easy. So if you look for the little book... Oh, that one did a lot of damage. You're supposed to kind of like follow it. That's what you're supposed to do, but as you can see, you can just run through a lot. Grab any crafting recipes you always see in the game. And that was it. One last one.
Hope in the left hand.
One last one. That's all we needed from this area, so we're done. Although... I don't think it was that far away. This one I'm just going to walk back. And as far as doing these, I'll do another one in the next act to see if the numbers get way better in terms of how much we're getting. Because if we're only getting like 1-200, that would require a lot. But maybe you have to do it either way. But getting the next extra unlock, we could get the armor. The armor is really good too. But right now we just can't keep any gems in the boots, but it's 30% additional movement speed, which is fantastic. We still don't have enough strength for that, but we'll get it there eventually. So now we're going to go to the battlefront. Go here, and we'll go right there. There we go. So you can jump up. Ooh, I level up. What level are we right now? 31? Okay. Pretty good on the levels. More HP. And I'll always try to include every single act where we kind of leave off. I do want the waypoint from this, so we will grab the waypoint. So I want it for later. Should be like right here. Some areas they kind of have like a very specific layout. Hopefully we can find it soon. There it is. Yep. There's also a quest that's like almost always like just straight down here. Since we're already here, you can get the ribbon spool. Okay, and then now we're gonna go back to where we actually need to go, which is towards the top. Hello, Adrian. How you doing? So go all the way to the top. I'm going to go to the Solaris Temple level 1, and then our goal is to get to level 2.
I've never felt further from what I know and love.
We're at for time from here. Okay, 27. So I like to try to time myself to see like how fast we can get these done, without just doing like a bunch of speedrunning strats. Because some of the speedrunning strats, they can seem awkward to do. Like creating a town portal in certain areas and then going back, which is a good strategy though.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Alright, looks like we gotta go to the other side. It's a dead end. What's up, Scooby? I'm glad you enjoyed the vids, man. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. So we're looking for a Dialla right now. She'll give us a necklace as a reward. Gonna make us go to the docks. Alright, there we go. She's always right next to the waypoint, which is perfect. So we'll talk to her.
You are not a goddess that you have.
And then now we get a necklace as a reward for the spool. And what do we want here? So I guess I don't need any of these stats. I'm gonna go for the dexterity one because it'll give us extra stats that we can actually use. Alright, so what do we get? 7 to all res. It's kind of not bad. What else does this give us? Increased armor. It's like 21 res, though. It's really not that bad to take. It's okay. And then once we get another, like, 2-stone ring for the correct colors, we'll be A-okay. So, now we gotta go search for the dock. So now, the reason why I wanted the battlefront area is because now we gotta go back over here. Gotta get the item. The docks. You're gonna start some PoE. Nice, Scooby. And now is the time. The new league just came out. Alright, so our goal in this area is to find the item. Oh, another unique. Also pretty nice unique for leveling. Some of these, like, we can still level up, but it requires us to be a certain level. Sometimes, though, it's because you don't have, like, the strength, dexterity, or whatever the requirement is. But what we need to do, what do we have? We have 1 orb of alchemy. We'll see if we can get a pair of boots called Lionized Paws, and then we'll significantly increase our DPS. As well as give us strength. And then we can finally use that that steel skin that we purchased a long time ago. There we go. To watch the mana on precision. So there's another quest that you can do with Fargraves. You talk to him, and he's like right here, might as well. But he'll tell us to find a plum. But what we're looking for is a very specific item. And it is called the... I'll tell you. So we're not doing the plum quest yet, but there's an item here that we need. Oh. Oh, we already have it. I believe. Right. No, I'm pretty sure it's an item in here that we need to grab. Let me see. We have to, like, open up a chest. It's like the decanter. Oh, there it is. Supply container. It's a sulphite. Okay, then you take it to her, and then it becomes something else. So now we take this to Lady Dahlia. Or Dialla. Okay, so we go back to the Solaris temple. See, like, this is where Path of Exile kind of, like, loses, I would say, a lot of people if someone didn't have a guide. I mean, it kind of tells you on the quest. Okay, the Infernal Talic. And then now we take this, and we go back to the sewers. And now we can actually advance to the other side. And with our skill point, Herbalism, so we get extra HP. Because now we want to get way more HP. The reason why I don't scale too much HP is because I want to make sure we can stay under a certain amount of HP so we get that 40% more damage. Because that thing is huge. It's absolutely massive to get. We definitely want to get the waypoint over here. It's just like 2 different areas that we can go towards. So now we get to fight a boss. There's a lot of things to do in Act 3, actually. It's one of the longer acts. And then I think Act 4 and beyond become a lot shorter. There's an item drop, which we got another fuser. That's good. We can maybe use that to buy an item in the next part. We'll start setting up. Put a bunch of those turrets. Distract the boss. But when you see those things come down from the sky, that does pretty big damage, so try not to get hit by those. Alright, let me see your loot. Oh, you didn't drop anything good. Unlucky.
Without men like you, Gravicius, this land might just start healing itself.
So now we can go talk to the NPCs and maybe clean up some trash. Here's the unique that we got. It's actually a pretty decent item if I was to play like some sort of like build that can make use out of it. Decent amount of just like huge, just flat damage. I'm not going to be using it. Get some nice little rewards. So Tornado Shot is another awesome skill to get. They rotate sometimes the skills around over here. Artillery Ballista is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to be swapping our Shrapnel Ballista to that one because it's one of the best things in the entire game. Wherever I put that. I thought I... Wait, did we not? Did we grab that?
What is it?
Where's Artillery Ballista? Did I put it somewhere? Oh, maybe I grabbed the wrong thing. I think I grabbed Charge Dash. But it's fine. You can purchase the...
Yes.
You should be able to purchase it over here. typing the word artillery. Okay. I'll show you guys what this does. So, where's our shrapnel ballista? We're going to swap that one out. Oh, I can actually add, since this one does fire damage, our elemental damage with attacks can now be linked with this. Awesome. Now we have some synergy. Perfect. And I'm going to sell all the other gems that I'm not using. I don't really need that now.
Be careful.
Tread carefully.
Okay, so now we are going to now go back to the Ebony Barracks and continue. Actually, wonder if it would have been better just to go from there. I think it might be actually faster from our portal. Because we are going to be going to grab a key.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So you can see what artillery ballista does now. So it fires it from the sky, then it rains down, and then does damage. And I believe those can overlap. So this does way, 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 way more damage than the other one. The other one was basically used because a lot of the NPCs in this game will have like a brief moment where they talk. So now we go to the Lunaris Temple. We'll go through here, grab the key. And then we're going to be going to like the end of the act. But yeah, artillery ballista is really actually great for leveling because you can just throw it down and kind of move. And, actually upgrade that because it is so good, especially for bosses. It just adds another whole layer of DPS. It's a big life flask plus 1,000 HP. Let's go throw that on. Nice little upgrade. How's Path? It is good, Jim. As far as the league mechanic goes, I mean, you can get the new Ascendancy like instantly, which is great. I didn't actually expect to get a new Ascendancy like this early. Oh, we need to stop leveling up that precision. Otherwise, we will have no mana to actually attack like in consecutive actions. I have 2 life flasks. We can replace. Nice. It's really efficient just to throw a couple of these and just keep on moving. You see how it just like deletes everything? It's great. Alright, temple level 2. Over here you don't really need the waypoint though because I don't believe you come back. Alright, so now we are going to get plus 50 life. Now it's going to add more than 50 life. You'll see our life, see where it says 700. Anything that gives us plus bonus life, that works with a plus flat life. So if it was to only give us 50, right, that would be specifically 50, right? But now you'll see it gives us 769, so we got 19 more. So it's like almost like a 50% increase, but like 43 or something like that. But that's a massive upgrade. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue and get the key. And there's actually like a secret in the library that I'll show you guys. It's one of the weirdest secrets that, like, if you didn't have a guide, you wouldn't know. For the most part. Like, you have to find these hidden candles. What I do like with Path of Exile is it kind of reminds me of games back in the day where, like, everything wasn't a giant tutorial. Oh, got some lag over there. But I kind of like that, where you discover things.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Where are the enemies that are all like hiding? This area, it's got so many doors, twists and turns. I mean, look at the map over here. We're just progressing. Let's kill them in one hit. That's why I love Dash. It lets you just avoid doors. Doors in action RPGs are usually pretty bad. Old school games hit different. I feel like Path of Exile is more an older game, like in terms of the way it's designed. In a good way, though. Some old games were like they become like impossibly hard, like like Pac-Man or any of the games. Like the game gets like impossibly hard, It's like you're super, super good at the game. It's just going to be impossible to complete. Like, it's just the same thing, but it gets faster and faster.
It's selfishness that slaughters hope.
Grab the crafting recipe. Those are Turley Ballistas, and we got the tower key.
Damn you!
Alright, so now we're good with this. And we have a bunch of portals. You can always log out if you want to save a portal.
Doesn't fix anything, Piety, but at least it won't get any
And
worse.
talk to the vendors. I'm going to get rid of this item. If I want to, I don't know how much this item is worth. It's worth one alchemy. So I'll show you guys how to like sell an item. It requires what's called the premium stash tab, but I'm just going to show you guys quick things. So I'm going to put this public. I'm going to set. We could just do this. I'm just going to put it in here. This is more for later, but I can put negotiable price 1. Here, you can actually see it. So it requires a premium stash tab to do this. So that's the one that's in green for me. If you guys don't have premium stash tabs, these do need to be purchased, but it's literally $1. But it's not something I would worry about, really. But if I put 1 and then I go Orba Alchemy, and just hit yes, and that's the price of this item, and someone may whisper us at some point, and they want to get the item.
Don't do anything.
I'm just trying to show you guys, but yeah, Path of Exile, it doesn't really have pay to win, but you do need a premium stash tab, or you can trade with people by just spamming the chat. Alright, so now we have another skill point, and what do we want to put into? So we can get extra movement speed, which I do want, and then we're going to get the extra life. And what spell suppression is eventually we're going to get 100% of it. And what spell suppression allows us to do is it allows us to have every single percent adds to a ability to have 50% of damage reduction when a spell hits you. So if I have 99% spell suppression, that means I have a 99% chance for the spell to hit me for only 50%. We're just going to get 100. The difference between 99 and 100 matters a lot. So we're eventually going to get maxed out spell suppression, so don't worry too much about that. But we do want to put a point over here because I want to get more movement speed. And there's more movement speed here, so I want to get extra movement speed after we get this. Okay, so now that we've done that, we are going to go back to another location over here. So we're going to go back to the Ebony Barracks. That's why the waypoint was important for us. We're actually doing pretty decent on time here. And we're going to hug the right side of the wall. This one's almost always right here. And it was right here. And there is also the loose candles here. So this is quite important. So there's actually 3 areas in here. So the first one, you can get the waypoint. That's definitely nice. Usually up and to the left is going to be the library over here. So we're going to go to the library. And then we're going to find the missing pages for a secret quest over here. But now we're going to start to zoom a lot more because those artillery ballistas will come in. And just one shot. Most of the stuff of it is like low and it doesn't move. That's the one problem with artillery ballista that kind of sucks. Is that it does require the enemy to not like move to get maximum value. Alright, so the next one over here is going to be this one. Extra life. So since our damage is really good, we can start scaling a lot more life. But we can't go over 2,400. That's an important thing to keep in mind. Alright, so there's Siosa. We kind of want the waypoint for this. Because we're going to want it for later. Yeah, you actually 100% want this. So now we have to find these 4 golden pages. And so how we actually find them is we have to actually look for a candlestick on the wall that we pull down. And this is where Path of Exile becomes, well, like almost impossible levels of like, if someone didn't tell you this, how would you find out? So we're looking for a loose candlestick on the wall. But this quest is technically optional, although I consider it like very, 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 very valuable to have. The reason why is Siosa will sell you majority of skills in the game. And we want more skills. We just have to find out where that's at. If we dash across that, nice. This area is quite large. The challenge is actually just finding the candlestick on the wall. Nope, didn't get it. Dang. Oh, there it is. We found it. See how, like, how unfair that is? Alright, let's go throw down the ballistas. Walk away and let that kind of do all the work for us.
Yes.
There we go. A fuse are nice. Some scrolls of wisdom. A tricone. We could probably get an upgrade on our helmet. 103 evasion. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna find. Remember, we're gonna need 4 pages. But this is pretty easy because they're marked on the map. There's a giant yellow exclamation mark. And just go towards that. So we got 2. 2 more to go. Is there open world like Diablo? Oh, in this game, there's not really an open world. Basically, the town hubs are the areas where you get to see all the players. But yeah, this game has no open world. As far as PoE 2, I really don't know. But in PoE 1, there's no open world. It's more like Diablo 2, where it's all like kind of like lobbies. But 1 more page. Ooh, got kind of body blocked on that guy. Alright, so now that we got all the golden pages, we can go back. I want to go back to the library via the waypoint. You guys can see that, right? I just want to make sure my face wasn't in the way. Okay. Yeah, oh, yeah, this game is definitely more related to Diablo 2. Like, it's more Diablo than Diablo 3 and 4 for sure. Alright, so Life Leech 4. Let's see, what do we want? Impale, Fortify, Second Wind. I mean, the only thing that I would actually consider using is... do we have any... We don't have any colored links that we can actually make great use out of. Second Wind can be leveled up, and what you can do is, if I had another bow, I can put it on my secondary, and we can do it from there. Now, the reason why I like doing the quest with Siosa, look how many new skills opened up. This is, like, absolutely insane. Do we have a lower, steel skin that we can run? Alright, there we go. There's a level 1 steel skin. Perfect. Now I can show you guys how this works. Although we'll lose out on vitality unless we can find a spot for it. There we go. So how steel skin works is I'm going to put it on my left click. So if I click, like to move or pick up an item, it's going to activate steel skin. And what it does is it absorbs some damage. So right now it can only take 54 damage. But the reason why I like this, and you could run it at level 1, it just gives you immunity to bleed. So how this works is I put it on a setup later. It's called cast when damage taken. So generally how bleeds work, there are some exceptions, is the enemy has to hit you for physical damage, and then it inflicts a bleed on you. Now, if you just run like a level 1 steel skin with cast when damage taken, it'll keep on triggering almost every single time you take any damage. And all you need to do is throw it on a setup, and you'll be immune to bleed. So you don't have to worry about bleeding ever. You can keep this at level 1 because it only costs 4 mana. Now, I like to use it at like a low level anyways. I mean, it still is okay if you level it up a couple times. You can level it up if you want, but it will cost more mana. But I just like it for basically easy, free bleed immunity. But as far as other things that we can look at, we can get maybe lesser multiple projectiles. That would be an okay options. I'm actually pretty satisfied with running this Mirage Archer momentum support, even though it doesn't really increase our like actual DPS. Ideally, we'd get another armor that has like a 4 or 5 link, and I'd throw the elemental damage with attacks. This would be fantastic to go ahead and throw in. Or flat added lightning damage. That would be another one. I could grab one of these and start leveling it up if I want to. That one could be excellent, but you could just check out which ones work. Again, how it works is the first tab is the red gems, and then the second tab is going to be the red support gems. Then we have the green, and then we have the green support gems. As far as which ones do you want, I mean, I have the POB, but honestly, you're probably not going to have enough room to throw in all the things you want. So in the very beginning, usually elemental damage with attacks or any flat amount is actually going to be the best. In fact, elemental damage with attacks, since this gives us more elemental damage, which is great, I have something else that increases our damage. So in the very beginning, getting flat numerical numbers is usually going to be better than percent, because scaling percent of like 5 damage percent is not going to be as great as getting like just raw 10 damage. So usually how it works for most builds is the flat added amount of damage is just going to be superior. However, usually in the very beginning, you would want added cold, so we can like pick up another added cold. I think we had one at one point. I don't know where it went. I might have just sold the gem, but you can do that if you really want to. Go faster, that is another option. I don't think there's anything else that I want, but if I mouse over, you'll see where it has the check mark. That's where it does work with that said skill. Usually green is for cold, fire is for red, and lightning is for blue. That's kind of how just like these gems are designed. But anyways, let's go ahead and now continue. We're going to go back to the Imperial Gardens, and we're going to continue. So in this area over here, we have... there's actually another objective here, which is the plum thing. I'm just not going to level this up. I want to keep it at level 1. I just want it for bleed immunity. Be careful with these porcupines, as when they die, they pop, and it's one of the most unfair things, I think, in the game. Because for melee characters, you don't really have a chance to avoid them popping, because they're going to pop right on you, because you're going to go in melee range. And they will just delete you. Because they shoot out, when they die, they shoot out spikes. And if you're super close, well, you're just going to get hit by it, right? So now we are in the last trial here. So let's go finish off this last trial. These spikes, if they hit you, they will slow your movement speed. But just go fast and just don't look back. If you get hit, just pop a potion. It's not that bad though. This one's pretty easy. Later, though, those will get a lot harder. Oh, I guess the plum is right here. If I wanted to grab it, I can take it to Fairgraves and get a reward. But since I just happened to find it, it's fine. That's like optional. You don't have to do it. Oh, that's a very dangerous one. Easy death. There's some armorous scraps, but do I care about it? Not really. But I shouldn't be leaving those. What do we have for armorous scraps? 14. Okay, 20 is the maximum that you can put on an item. And I'm gonna maybe, let's see, what do we have? 1 orb of alchemy. We can see if we can get another chest piece upgrade before we do the final boss at the very end over here. So we use the key, and then we're gonna go to the Scepter of God. You can just walk through the door as soon as you put in the key. You don't have to wait for the door.
Why do we insist on building mountains? Why not just go and climb them?
And if they're these little like bubbles, it's exactly like Diablo 4 suppressor. You have to go inside the bubble. Oh, that freezes us when we open it. Later, our character will be immune to being frozen, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But in the earlier stages, that will absolutely kill you. And a lot of times that you get frozen, you're just dead. So I always try to throw up totems first, so the enemies can get distracted by it, and on top of that, it can actually kill the enemies. And then we're getting some extra HP. Now we can get extra movement speed. There's extra accuracy, attack speed. I'm gonna grab this just because I want to move as fast as possible. And attack speed and movement speed are kind of defensive stats. And I say kind of because the faster that you attack, you can attack and then move, and it's a little bit faster. Also, attack speed equals maybe some more leech. You hate suppressors? Yeah, in Diablo. It depends, I guess, on the class that you play. Because if you're playing like a barbarian or any melee character, suppressor literally does not matter, right? Because, well, you always have to get close. But on any ranged build, I think, in terms of design, it's different. We're almost at the end anyways. Lower 35? Okay. throw down some Turley Ballistas. Yeah, Steel Skin is great for just bleed immunity, because it is definitely a thing that you want to be immune to sometimes. A lot of times what people will do is they'll have a potion that grants them bleed immunity. Oh, we have another Orb of Alchemy now, great. Maybe use that to trade. Like a small item. Okay, next area. Right before we get to the very end, we'll try to see if we can buy an item. I don't know if we have enough. It's a unique enemy. Let's kill it. No, nothing. The other one is for like the captured beast, so I don't really care too much about it. We still only have one arrow here. We'll get more very soon. Oh, thank you, Scooby. Appreciate it, man. Alright, so this is where the boss actually would be. So what we can do is we're going to see first off if... what time are we on this one? Alright, 57, okay. So, what we're going to look for specifically is Foxshade, Brisk Wrap, Wild Wrap. So there's 2 alks. Alright, so this gives us increased movement speed, increased... evasion rating while on full life. So basically once we're at full HP, we're going to be a-okay. But what I want to try to find is specifically one that has like 4 links. So what I would do is I would go into show filters, and then I would go to links, and I would just type in 4 and see if we can find one. 1 chaos orb will get us a 4 link. I do want to try to get a 4 link one. That would be ideal. Now remember how I said like the game works in currency, and currency in this game is all the little like orbs that change your items. So I have Orb of Fusing, and I want Chaos Orb. I don't know how much. What's the ratio right now? It's 8 to 1 right now. Okay, later it'll change. But let's see. I don't know what alchemies to chaos are. So 8 to 1. Okay, so that looks like this ratio. These ratios can fluctuate literally by the minute, but. Let's see, what do we have for our character? Do we have anything else that we can actually go for? Like, I can get the armor if I use 2. It's significantly better to actually still pick that up, even though we would have to get like 8 of these to get 1 Chaos Orb to get a 4 link. It could be still okay. Ideally, could maybe... Let me see, actually. Let's see if we can find one of these. Let me just go to Foxshade and see if we can just find a 3. For like 2? There's one for 3. Let's go down. Because if I swap to this, I still need something to put in my my gear, right? Because my items are going to be Lightning Arrow, Momentum, and Mirage Archer. Ideally, just any 3 links. It doesn't really matter too much about the colors right now. I'm not going to be too picky, other than we have to have 1 green. So what we can do over here is we can do... what was it? We have open slot. Our helmet is basically terrible, and our gloves... Boots, as long as they have movement speed. I can't replace the weapon, it's like too good. So what I'm going to look for is we're going to go to item category. Let me move my face out of this way. Right, so let's go to boots, and then we want to see if we can get a 4 link, and then we're going to have to go to like where is it? Requirements. Where is it? Requirements level. I don't know, what level are we right now? So I'd open it up level 35, so level 35 as maximum, and we want a 4 socket, 4 link right here. So let's see if we can get one for Orb of Alchemy. So these would all be options. Ideally, if it is boots though, I do want it to have movement speed, and we have to be 2 Orbs of Alchemy. So let's see if we can get like, okay, we get one for 1. So this could be possible. But I really want to get this item because it's going to be significantly better. But if I get this, I also need to get some sort of boots here. So if I buy boots, oh wait, you know what? We don't want boots. Remember, we have to leave the boot sockets empty. So it has to be either the helmet or the gloves. And if anything, our helmet is the worst. So let's go fix that. So we're going to instead go to helmet. And helmet cannot have movement speed, so we're going to uncheck that. So let's see if we can find an item that can meet these requirements. And ideally, I want to have evasion. So I'm going to type in like 100 evasion, and we'll probably find one. Ideally, I'm going to also go to item rarity and go to rare. Or just non... You could do non-unique, but it's fine. Ideally, probably rare would be something good to look at. So let's see what we got. So we have evasion rating. We can just sort by evasion rating. Let's see, this is 200. So what are we looking for? Ideally, we'd want something that has like life, but also there's only like a few items here, so I can just scroll through these. So what we can do is I can also change the price. I'm just teaching you guys how to like kind of like search for items right now. It is a very important thing with the game. Whatever gives me the most. This could be kind of good because it would open up for added lightning damage. This one over here gives minion skills. We don't have a minion, but could be useful. This one gives us 60 life. Like, this one's pretty good right here. It's giving us 60 life. That is pretty massive. And for, it's giving us armor evasion, so that'd be, generally it's going to give us reds and greens. So that could be okay as well. But I'm going to look at all my options before, like, making the purchase here. And ideally, this would be not too bad. So I can go ahead and purchase this. I could also look up... let me look up another item that's like kind of good for leveling. Alio's sign. This is a sapphire ring. This might be like 1 chaos. Oh, wow. This is a really good deal, I guess, for 2. Because getting that much evasion rating is pretty massive. And we get so much damage to chilled enemies. And it adds cold damage to our attacks. It's really, really, really good. It's so good that, I'm going to try to get this one. If I can get this one for 2 Orb Alchemies, I'm going to get it. If not, I'm going to, because sometimes what happens is the person may not trade. There's only one person with that for that price, but we can also look at that one that had that 62 life. I'm going to whisper him, and whatever one hits me up first. Sometimes with this game, people just don't hit you up, especially in the very beginning when it's like an item that might not be worth very much. They're like, it's not even worth going back to do this trade. So that will happen. So I'm just going to wait, and it looks like we have no bites, and that happens. It's normal. So don't worry about that at all. So we can look at gloves now with a 4. Yeah, no one. All right, so there's only one here. It's giving us massive accuracy, and this one's armor evasion. It's only 1. So let's see if we can get this thing for 1, and then after we can maybe look at amulets. But, oh, there we go. So now we'll have a 4. We're going to do this. Okay, portal first. So we'll be able to go right back. Alright, so we're going to go to his hideout. We're going to give him 1. And this will allow us to have a 4 link. Maybe. And I say maybe because it's still going to require a little bit of RNG on our end. There we go. So now we are going to have that because we're about to fight the final boss of this act. So I figure we go and prep for it. All right, what else is something that we'd want? I could just look for something that has massive evasion rating too. That's another option for a chest piece. So this chest piece, I'm just gonna look up for chest. Oh, and they call it body armor in this game. Diablo is considered chest piece. So what I'm looking for is as much evasion as possible. Level maximum requirements is 35, and we're just gonna hit search. And, oh, did I put the limit of 1 alch? 1 orb alchemy for maximum price, and I want as much evasion rating as possible. Okay, cool. There's like a 600. And what does Fox Shade give us again? I think this is like movement speed. That's why I usually like having it. Yeah, you get 30% increased movement speed on full life. That's very hard to give up. And enemies hitting you is unlucky. Unlucky means the enemies roll twice for whatever thing, whether it's like crit or something. It's okay. This gives an extra 1,000, so that's like 1,500. But we can get something better now that we have these gloves. Oh, but wait, the gloves, remember, we need to have Ideally, we could have it have 1 red. That's not a big deal, but I want it to have at least 2 greens. There we go. So what do I want? Now getting 3 greens would be it's basically a 50-50 shot. We can go use it again, but on average, it's going to be usually greens and reds. Oh shoot. Oh, we might have bricked it. Oh, there we go. We got 3 greens. We got lucky. So I can throw everything in here, and then on top of all of that, I throw in that elemental damage with attacks. Bam. And then we're good. So now our skill is going to be much stronger. Now my ballista is missing the elemental damage with attacks as well. So let's go ahead and see if we can go purchase elemental. Oh no, it's not here. So where do we got to go? We got to go back to Act 2 to actually pick this thing up. So sometimes you got to go back to a different act. But Siosa will almost always have those. There we go. Bam. And now we still have elemental damage with attacks. And vitality. I think we were running vitality, right? Precision. Oh, where can we put these now? Because this doesn't work. Steel skin is in there. I want to keep grace. This has to be completely empty, so sometimes you have to sacrifice things. But we do have this armor that probably should be replaced. So let's go ahead and see what we got for options here. Ideally, I'm looking for anything that has life. Like this one would be probably a pretty decent one. So we would also type in the word life. And let's say we want at least 500 evasion minimum. Bam, this is our options here. So let's go look at the one that has the most amount of life. It's probably not that many results, but we got to pick out the best one. This is part of learning how to min-max in the game. So we have, let's see, 30, 48 life. This one has cold res. That's going to be nice to have an extra set of resistances. That's probably going to be our best one for like this price, but it only has 2 sockets. So there's always give and takes with trading items in this game. I'm probably just going to go for this one. So let's go and whisper this one for 1 alch. And hopefully he will respond. If not, it's no biggie. It's not like a super rare item. Sometimes you can find some really good deals on items. And it's very exciting when you get these really good deals. That's one of my favorite things in Path of Exile is like when you get a really good deal. Sometimes they are busy doing quests. And so you want to make sure that you are patient sometimes with people when it comes to trading. So he might be doing a certain thing, and you can see I can't teleport to him because I don't have that act. He might be in Act 3, 4, 5, whatever, and I don't have access to it. And now he's going to his hideout, and I can go click on his hideout, and we will teleport right towards him. But you can see trading can get very time-consuming in this game. Bam, there we go. And now we have a nice little upgrade on our armor. Awesome. So let's see, what did we get from that in terms of an upgrade? So let's go check this out. Alright, so what we got in terms of the upgrade is our defenses. So what we're looking at is this number. It says 63. So we had a 61, and now we have 63% chance to evade attacks. Now, that might seem small right now. Wait, why is it so low? It's a massive amount of... Wait. Huh. It should be a lot more. Well, this one, I guess, gives us a little bit more evasion rating. Oh, this one gives us dex as well. I guess that works. But nonetheless, it should be much higher in terms of the number, but it might be because we reached some sort of like breakpoint. But overall, we're going to have a better chance to evade because it gets harder and harder as you go up to actually be able to evade. There is a cap on how much you can evade. I want to say it's 75, but we also get 48 life, and we get extra regen, and we get cold resistance, and now we only need a little bit of fire res, and we're all res capped. So that's important to try to min-max with your character. Anyways, let's go ahead and go towards the rooftop now that we got some extra little upgrades here. We're going to do a little bit more damage. I mean, look how much damage this elemental damage with attacks adds. So we were at 1,800, now we're at 22, so that's pretty massive.
This woman's purpose to tempt and try.
Do we have any other auras? No. Okay. Do we have any other sockets? We have another green. So we're at the boss now. this extra life regen was quite great. What's our life regen per second? 68 life regen per second. There's actually an item called Immortal Flesh that, like, through the entire campaign, if we do get one, it's a really cheap item too. It basically lets you avoid all degen damage over time effects, because it heals you for like 200 or 300 like life per second. It's pretty insane. Gives you a massive amount of life regen and mana regen, but it gives you negative resistances. It has one downside. Oh, we didn't activate precision. There we go. Now we have our auras up. Oh, maybe that's why the now we have a 73% chance to not take any damage, which is massive. I want to double check on what the actual like max evade is. So watch out. If you step in this will give you shock. Shock makes you take more damage based off the percent. So it's like 15% more damage. A lot of times the things that are going to kill you in Path of Exile is a physical spell or a hit from like lightning damage. Because lightning damage does like 1 to 500 damage. It has like a very big scale on range. So with this boss fight, it's pretty easy. You just stand inside the bubble. What happens if you go outside, you're gonna have a bad time. So you can start degenning. But just throw down the ballista. I mean, we just absolutely face rolled it because we're running a good build. Artillery ballista is just going ham. Yeah, what did we get? Anything good? We got an armor scrap, and that's it. Alright. Now we're gonna be moving into the next act. Hello, Dampus. How you doing? What's up, Path of Exiles? What's up right now? We're just progressing. Getting towards the end game. So now we're in the Aqueduct. We have to get to the next town before the next act. And the next act is going to be much shorter, but we're also going to be doing the Trial of Ascendency. So we're going to get our super class in the next part of our play session here. Which is awesome. And we can actually swap off of this bow because we can get chained with our Ascendancy, or we can get Tailwind. There's a lot of things that we can get with our Ascendancy. Ooh, another level up. So we're already 36. I'll upgrade all of these now. But on Precision, I don't want to level that one up anymore. Not right now. Otherwise, I'll run out of room in terms of the mana. There's a boss at the very end called like that. I think it's called like the 100-foot shadow or 1,000-foot shadow. 100-foot shadow. Okay, there it is. This thing goes away and then it comes back and attacks you. You don't have to kill it. You can just skip it if you want, but it's pretty easy. Yeah, the artillery ballista just like dunks on the bosses in this game because the bosses generally are very large, so like they're not going to be moving very much. And even if they do move, you have all this overlap, and each one of them can register as a hit. Alright, now we're at Highgate. This is the next act. We're now in Act 4. So nice. So yeah, we're in Act 4. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed Part 3, Act 3. We are now in Act 4, and next part, like I said, we're going to get our super class, and it's going to be awesome. So anyways, drop a like on your way out. I'll see you guys in Part 4.